companion.
Yeah, that's, you see, you'll lose money with the companions. That's why you have 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just faster with the companions.
Do I really need gathering?
That depends on what you want out of the game.
That's why I have weird professions. I want to have money, so I took money maker.
Well, you can make money if you get them up to a high level. You're just not going to make money for a while. You know? Like you get that one schematic that everybody wants, you know? That's all it takes.
Yeah, but I mean, you're at this point though, so early in the game. I mean, all you need to have is a 400, and you're gonna have stuff that people want because the minute they hit 50, people are gonna want a gear for the operation.
That's true.
It's just like when a new expansion comes out of any game, the people fastest on the mark to the new maximum profession level, those are the ones that made the most money.
That's true.
An ally is unbeatable.
Like when Wrath of the Lich King came out in World of Warcraft, I'd been in the beta for it, so I already knew where all the inscription, like what all the inscription mats would be and where all the trainers were.
Yeah.
So I was able to max out my inscription in like a day and a half, because I've been buying all of the old world mats for months.
Well, let me ask you this. I haven't done much crafting. Can you get both of the gathering things and all three of your crafting crew skills?
You can have 3 skills. You can have 1 craft and 2 gathers.
Oh, I see.
Like Artifice, or Synth Weaving, Cyber Tech, Arms Tech. You can have one of those, and then you can have, like, say you do Artifice. You can do Artifice, Treasure Hunting, and Archaeology.
Right, but I can't do gathering then with that.
Those are gathering.
Right, but I mean there's or scavenging, my bad. But I don't need scavenging. Okay.
No, you don't need scavenging for Artifice.
Okay.
You can get the skills that you need for a craft, is what you can do.
Okay. And you think that I should level up the gathering, whatever the gathering one is first before I do artifice?
That's up to your playstyle, I suppose. I think that relying on other players is a bad idea, because as the economy on the server changes, you will end up spending a lot more money.
Okay, so just level them all together.
Yeah, because I mean, imagine for a moment, if you will, in a few weeks when people start getting their professions up higher,
Yeah.
and you need like a really, like say you're going to do Artifice, and you need like a really cool crystal.
Right.
Well, people who've been farming and farming and farming the whole time will have a bunch of those crystals, which means they will control the Galactic Trade Network market.
Right.
And they'll be able to charge whatever they want, and you'll have to pay it because you won't be able to get it without raising your own gathering profession.
The problem with that I have is that those crystal things, like, they're only going to be found, like, a lot of them are going to be at Ilum, and not a lot of people are going to be at Ilum until a couple weeks.
I went to Ilum during the beta, and I had some tracking stuff on. Ilum's mostly a PvP zone.
Oh, I heard they were going to have, like, special vendors and, like, those crystals there, because that's what
Well,
Ilum...
I mean, they may now. They didn't during beta.
Well, of course they're not going to show everybody everything during beta. I'll check it out later. What is can anybody just hop into Ilum, or is it like? Oh yeah, it's just basically the open PvP world. There's no quests there.
Right. So I don't really think it's going to be overly populated, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out here in a minute. That sounds like fun.
Not unless they put some benefit to controlling Ilum.
Of course. Are there like little quests that you can do? Or did they not add the...
I'm sure there's... I'm sure there's some sort of objective quest that you can do.
Right.
Hotworm ball. Let's see if they can keep it.
Really, it's just a big Hoth with a different color scheme.
Right.
Yeah, I'm very skeptical of open world PvP. I've seen it done in many games and it always fails.
Spectacular Rodworms play.
We'll see. It's really all about the community, you know? It doesn't matter if it's shit. If the community makes it work, it'll work.
Yeah, but there has to be some objective to lure you to that open PvP location.
Yeah.
Like if they put some vendors or stuff there, I mean that would work because there would be a reason to control it. You know, put some vendors there, put some benefit for holding it.
Well, that's why they have the
That's why
Tatooine thing.
World of Warcraft. Yeah, that's why World of Warcraft had to go to putting a raid inside one of their PvP zones just so there'd be a reason to have it.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about World of Warcraft. Too many bad memories. I left after Wrath of the Lich King.
Use a different example. We could use Dark Age Camelot.
Never heard of it.
That was a long time ago.
What are you, new? What are you, like, 20?
Yeah, I am 20.
Oh, it's been way haven't heard.
I played Dark Ages of Camelot when it first came out for about a week. I was some sort of orc berserker and I couldn't figure it out. I was so used to, you know, I don't know, it confused me. So I played it for about a week and then I left it. That was the most I did.
Yeah, but didn't you play EverQuest for years?
Yeah, I played EverQuest. But I tried going to Dayork, I just couldn't, I don't know, couldn't get it.
You're talking to a guy
It
like...
seemed to be
Go ahead.
Everyone seemed to be so fascinated with the ability that you could actually storm or siege, I think it was. Wasn't that the big thing with it?
RVR, yeah, realm versus realm, absolutely. That was a big deal. That was kind of where I was going. They actually had an open, kind of an open world feel to RVR when you would go there, and it ended up. People say it was successful. I disagree.
Well, I was gonna say, you're talking to a guy that my first AKA MMO was RuneScape, okay? Like, that's...
No way.
Yes. Yes.
My first MMO was Legend of the Red Dragon on a BBS in 1997, 1996.
And then it was Final
That game was
Fantasy.
amazing.
I played that. I played it. I played it on Black Hills BBC, yeah.
Did any of you guys play the Final Fantasy MMO? Like, that was...
I didn't.
Final Fantasy 11?
Yeah. No, wait. 9, 10. Yeah, it's 11. I actually liked that because I liked the fact that, you know, dying had, like, real big consequences.
If I wanted real consequences for dying, I'd play Ultima Online. You lose everything on you when you die.
Yeah.
I would die in real life.
I like that.
When I think of
Yeah,
when I
that's a
think
real
of dying with
consequence.
real consequences, my mind always goes back to EverQuest. Like the fact that you could basically be max level, and then you could be in some big raid essentially, and actually de-level like 3 times because of dying.
I've done it. I've done it. There was
Yeah, I lost some levels fighting the council. I kept having to go re-level up.
Did you hear about that GM that some raid wiped against Nagafin early, classic EverQuest. They wiped against Nagafin, and he literally moved all of their corpses beneath Nagafin and began respawning them, bringing them back to life, resurrecting them, letting them die over and over again.
Wow, I bet that guy got fired.
Yeah, he got fired, but they were de-leveling. People kept taking it, and he kept explaining, I don't know what's wrong. And they kept taking him, they de-leveled. You could de-level, yeah. You could lose 50 and go to 49 and couldn't equip lots of your armor. I enjoyed it. That was my favorite MMO of all time, and I couldn't find one to replace it. I always tried playing MMOs after EverQuest to get that original first high. When I first played EverQuest, when it first came out, I got this incredible high from it. Like my first piece of studded leather armor, I thought it was incredible. I was in heaven. I literally played that game. This is how bad it got. I'm being completely honest. This is not a lie. I played for 36 hours straight. And whenever I got hungry, I would eat like Elven Trail mix or something in the game to satisfy my hunger. And it would work. That's how bad it was. People are honest when they say Evercrack. It was crack. We had never seen a game like that before.
As an Ultima Online player, I was so addicted to Ultima Online at one point that just hearing the in-game music would ease my stress.
Wow. Wow. That's me the same way. In South Corona in EverQuest, I'd run towards the ocean, and I'd stand there and listen to the music, and I would sit down and just relax in my chair because I love the music from South Corona.
That's the worst part about World of Warcraft, is that you constantly get that feeling to start playing it again once the new expansion comes out. It's like, oh, I know everybody's going to be playing it right now, Like, I know there's going to be so much new shit. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what does it.
It's like,
I hated
fuck that.
I hated it when I left EverQuest to play World of Warcraft. I enjoyed it. I played a warlock, a rogue, or something undead for like the first 15 levels, and then I was like, "Oh, this is stupid. It's so cartoony. I don't know. It doesn't feel. It feels like I'm in some fake little cartoon world." And I left. I went and played EverQuest 2. And I didn't get the same high, so I went back to Warcraft because everyone else that I knew was playing it. And
exactly.
I stuck with it because everyone else played it. Yeah.
Oh, there's 3 million people online today.
Yeah. I'm not at the party if I'm not playing it.
Yeah, that's why I left Ultima Online and went to Star Wars Galaxies. And then after the NGE, I decided to go play World of Warcraft.
God. You know what? I loved I really liked Star Wars Galaxies pre-NGE. But I played the game post-NGE, and it was weird. I would go to like I would go to these complexes where people would have their little, like a guild, or what they call them. They call them guild, or they call them clans. What do they call them?
It was a guild because they had guild hall.
Okay. Yeah, so I would go to like this Imperial Guild location, where they had all the housing, and there would be like, no lie, I'm not lying at all, there'd be like literally 200 buildings and homes, like an entire city set up, abandoned, ghost town. You can only imagine that it was hustling and bustling and whatever. You can imagine it was tons of people, but it's like ghost town.
Yeah, I know the city that me and my friends built on Corellia. 2 days before the NGE came out, there were 135 of us at a meeting, and we had like a huge party. And then 5 days after the NGE, there were 9 of us.
Oh my god.
What's the NGE that you guys are talking about?
New game enhancement. They basically tried to turn Star Wars Galaxies into World of Warcraft.
Oh.
Yeah, after it had been a totally different game for years, they said, "Oh no, let's attract the World of Warcraft people. Let's make it like World of Warcraft." And they just did this massive redesign and rebuild on it. For example, people would have to work extremely hard